Good afternoon, students. I am Professor Bankar DB, Department of Chemistry of RBNB College, Srirampur. In this lecture, we will going to see the next topic of agriculture chemistry. The topic name is soil reaction. As we know that in the soil, different types of reactions can be occur. Basically, there are three types of reaction, and that types include acidic reactions, then second type is alkaline reactions, and third type of reaction is normal, or we can say neutral reaction. So these reactions are occurs at different pH range. If we consider acidic reaction, then acidic reaction occurs in between 0 to 7 pH. Acidic reactions occur in between 0 to 7 pH. Alkaline, or we can say basic reactions, occur in between 8 to 14 pH range. Alkaline reaction we also call as basic reaction. That reaction occur in between 8 to 14 pH. So this pH range is higher. If we consider neutral or normal reaction, then that neutral or normal reaction occur at pH around 7. At around pH 7. So this is normal range. If we consider particular soil, then soil having pH value in the range of 6.0 to 8.5, then this soil is considered as neutral soil. If we have soil with pH value is in between 6 to 8.5, then such soil is considered as neutral soil. So this is general pH range 0 to 7, we can call acidic. 8 to 14 we can call as alkaline, or if we have soil with exact pH 7, then this is neutral soil. But in particular, if we have soil with pH value 6 to 8.5, then we consider as neutral soil. So this soil reactions has lot of significant advantages, or we can say that soil reaction have different types of important application. So now we will see the next point, that is importance of soil reaction. Here we will see importance of soil reaction. So depending on the pH of the soil, there are different types of reactions happening in the soil, and that reaction have lot of importance. First importance is soil reactions affect crop growth directly and indirectly. So this is first and most important advantage, or we can say significance of the soil reaction is, that is soil reactions affect crop growth directly and indirectly. Many plants grow well in neutral soil. So it should be noted that if we have soil with neutral pH value, then in that soil number of plants perform their activity in good manner. If soil has higher pH value, or we can say if soil is more acidic, or if soil is more basic, then in such soil that plant do not perform their activity in good manner. So for normal growth, the pH of the soil should be neutral. Second importance is that soil reaction affect soil structure. If pH is optimum, then that soil have good soil structure, and if soil with good soil structure, then such soil we can say fertile, and in that soil we obtain yield of the crop in higher amount. Then next importance is that soil reactions affect activity of microorganism, and that microorganism perform their active, or we can say in other words that microorganisms are active in neutral soil. If pH, or if soil is more acidic, if soil is more basic, in that soil that microorganism does not survive, they can die. So for the normal activity of microorganism, that soil should be neutral. Then next importance is we can understand the need of fertilizer if we can know the type of reaction happening in the soil. That is, need of fertilizer depends on soil reaction. So depending on the type of reaction in the soil, we can supply the externally available fertilizers to the given soil. Then soil reaction help to predict plant nutrient deficiencies. So depending on the soil reaction, we get idea about what type of deficiencies are present in the given soil in the sense of nutrient, and depending on that knowledge we can supply the deficient nutrient to the given soil, to the given plant. Then physical condition can be affected by soil reaction. So if the particular soil is with higher pH value or too much lower pH value, then the physical condition of soil can be lost, and such soil cannot be good for the agriculture purpose. So we can also get idea about the physical condition of the soil. Now we will see the meaning of soil solution. Basically, mixture of soil moisture with solids and gases is called as soil solution. In the soil there is presence of soil particle. That soil particle we can call as solid. Along with soil particle, in the given soil there is presence of different types of gases, and this all mixture is called as soil solution. So this is about soil solution. There are two types of soil solution. First type is inner soil solution. First type of soil solution is inner soil solution. It is mixture of fine particles. It is mixture of fine particles and moisture. It is mixture of fine particles and moisture. So in the soil there presence of small particles we can call as fine particle, and that fine particle with moisture we can call as inner soil solution. Second type is outer soil solution. Second is outer soil solution. It is the liquid in large capillary spaces. So below the inner soil solution there is presence of outer soil solution, but this outer soil solution consists of only liquid, and that liquid should present in large capillary spaces. In the soil there is presence of different types of small spaces, and the liquid present in such type of capillary spaces can be called as outer soil solution. Next point is composition of soil solution. As we know that soil solution basically consists of different types of salt, or we can say number of salts. Soil solution consists of number of salts. That salts may be in ionic form, or that salt may be in molecular form. In the soil there is presence of large number of different types of salts. That salts are basically in most of the time soluble in the given moisture, or if we have water in the soil then that salts are soluble in that soil. But if there is deficiency of water in the particular soil, then that salts are insoluble, and that salts are of two types. First is ionic form and second is molecular form. So this ionic form salts are easily soluble in the given water. In the soil there are presence of different types of cations. In the soil there is presence of different types of cations, and that cations include Na+, that is sodium. It also include Mg2+. It also include Ca2+, K+. So this type of ions with positive charge we called as cation, and these ions are present in large amount in the soil. Along with cations there may be presence of anions, that is ions carry negative charge. That anion include sulfate, we can say SO4 2-, then Cl-, carbonate, CO3 2-, or we can say other like OH-. So this type of ions are present in the soil. Next point is factors affecting composition of soil solution. Factors affecting composition of soil solution. So there are large number of factors which can affect the soil solution. That factor include type of soil, then moisture content, Then action of growing plants. Then action of soil microorganism. Action of soil microorganisms. Then leaching effect. Leaching means what? That ions, that salt can be washed out with the water. Then season. And last factor is cultivation. So cultivation practices can be also affect the soil solution. So these are number of factors which can affect the composition of soil solution. The next point is ion exchange. Next point is ion exchange. Exchange means what? To change with other ion. So in the soil, in presence of other ions, certain ion can be exchanged, or in simple word we can say that there is replacement of one ion by the other ion. Such type of concept is called as ion exchange. Sometimes that ion exchange phenomenon is good for the agriculture purpose, good for the soil, but if some essential ion can be removed with unessential ion, then what happens? That soil becomes infertile. In that soil, plant do not perform their activity in good manner. So that ion exchange phenomenon should be happen when the essential ions can be retained in the particular soil. First, we see the concept of cation exchange. Suppose this is surface of the soil. Surface of the soil, and that soil surface is surrounded by cation. For example, here we take Ca2 plus cation. If the surface of soil with Ca2 plus cation come in contact with some electrolyte, here we can take example of potassium chloride, that is KCl. Here that K plus is also cation and Cl minus we can say anion. So this Ca2 plus cation come in contact with electrolyte like KCl, then what happen? This Ca2 plus ion can exchange with K plus ion. So here we get new surface. Here we get new surface of the soil in which that Ca2 plus can be replaced by the K plus ion. Like that. So this is soil with Ca clay. This is soil with potassium clay. So this is the concept of cation exchange. This is concept of cation exchange. In the same way, anion can be also replaced. Take example OH minus with clay plus H2PO4 minus, that is phosphate. Here we have soil with OH anion, and if that soil come in contact with phosphate H2PO4 minus, then what happen? Here H2PO4 minus combine with clay, and that hydroxide get replaced, or that hydroxide get free. Here what we say, that OH minus can be replaced by the H2PO4 anion. So this is anion exchange reaction. This type of reaction we can call as phosphate fixation. We can call as phosphate fixation. Means what? That phosphate group can be fixed with the soil. So this is about anion exchange. With this we finish the first topic, that is soil chemistry. In next lecture we will start the next topic of agriculture chemistry. Thank you.